Welcome to this episode of the Wild Sonnets, Poems Out Loud. In each of these videos, I read two of the poems that have been previously published in one of the 6 Wild Sonnets books, and a new poem that will be included in the upcoming book, The Wild Sonnets, Volume 7. So, let's get started. The first poem is about the notion that we take in a lot of influences on a lot of different things throughout our entire lives, but somehow it all sort of gets funneled and unified into the persons that we are. So this is from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 2, and it's Wild Sonnet number 135. Though out of the many I am made, parented in pairs, and instructed by a school too numberless to know, though every stranger has some lease and lesson to bestow, though unquiet, the quintet of all my senses pluck and play in musics mightier than sound can say, and yet the mind composed of questions ascends to find how many questions may be managed best alone. Of assistance it needs none in sorting past the pieces and the riddle and the way. Then will this thought above all others rise and run: there is a wonder in but being one. And that's Wild Sonnet number 135. The next poem I selected is from the 6th book, and this is Wild Sonnet 514, and it really is about the notion of how easily and naturally we can sort of move away from our own determinations, but at the same time that the real power of life is to remain determined. So this is Wild Sonnet number 514. The height and habit of the wave unwinding is not to station on any inch of ocean, but to unfold its way and forward press, both certain of direction and delicate as dancing. Its only fate to fall like infancy, to sleep upon the grit and infinity of sand. I am more like this, the more I understand. I am not like the stately ship, a bridge and bow of rivets and steel, steaming only to sidle into some momentary harbor, then heave out again. My home, indeed, is motion and the cartage of my body, a thing of froth and water, an element of onward and no more, sure of nothing but the inevitable shore. And the last poem is the new poem, finished really just over the past week. And this poem sort of covers the notion that we have an expected order of how things should appear and happen in our lives. And time and whatever powers there may be tend to sort of rearrange those expectations. So this is Wild Sonnet number 673. I'll scratch and sketch. The hands of Providence pencil in the imagined objects of our asking, though seldom in the order of our needing. We who stand in the stream of dates and days feel the cool of water skimming at our thighs, as all perception is of passage and expects to see a confirmation of chronology. But how impossible it is to recognize from the narrow vantages of ticking time how the tracings from a nub of lead round and join into the framing of a face, a contour and containment to be filled with hatches, curves, and shadings that confirm its features fast, suggesting what inspired us first will come last. And those are my 3 wild sonnets for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed hearing them. I take a great joy in writing these poems. And I will see you again. And until then, stay well and stay wild.